My name is Angeline Rodriguez. I'm originally from Honduras, San Pedro Sula, Honduras. I'm currently studying at Missouri State University. It's in Springfield, Missouri. At first, I really didn't think I wanted to go into a career in science, but then I got diagnosed with systemic lupus erythematosus when I was 18. From there, I just decided that I wanted to learn what my disease is about. So that's what got me into science, what got me into immunology. Then I found an amazing instructor that accepted me into his lab. His name is Christopher Lupfer. And from there, I just started learning. I just hope that in Immunology 2018, I hope that I can meet a lot of people. I've been to several of the lupus sessions, so I hope that I can learn more about my disease and I can meet people, network. I'm actually looking forward to the networking session here at 7 p.m. so I can meet a lot of new people and maybe find my future career somewhere over here. The most important lesson that I've learned from my mentor is to be patient. He's the most patient person that I know ever. If you don't understand a concept, he tries to explain it to you the most simple way. And I feel like with his patience, he teaches us how to be better scientists and we can reach our goals. My future hopefully will be being an MD PhD in immunology. I actually want to run clinical trials someday. So hopefully that's where I'll be, somewhere in the lupus area. Fingers crossed. The important issues facing young scientists right now, I feel that it's money. I feel like we never have enough to fulfill our projects. There's always that money, like we want to run this assay, but we don't have the funding for it. And every time we try to get grants and we try to get some funding, there's always a but. There's always like, your project is not innovative enough. It's always you can do better. But then we have all these ideas, and how can we do better if we don't have the money to at least try? Yeah. So I feel that's a huge issue that actually as a master's student I have faced. The biggest issue for women in science at the moment, I feel that maybe we're just not taken seriously. I feel like they just look at us as we're a pretty face. And if I say that this protein is working this way, and if a man says that this protein is working this way, they're probably going to believe the men, unfortunately, because that's just how society works. I just feel like as a woman, you just have to get more education. You just have to always dress for success, always try to network, and prove to the world that you're worth it. The biggest mistakes that women make in their career is, think about it. Not pushing themselves enough. Just kind of being happy with the minimum. I feel that we have been trained to reach a certain point and then just stop and be happy. And then it's time to have kids. It's time to raise a family, to get a house. I feel like there's always that time limit for women. Like if you don't have kids before 34, then you're not the perfect woman. I feel like women should just keep going and just don't care about what society wants. Don't care about that, oh, what if I don't have kids at 34? What if I don't have a house? What if I don't have a husband? Just keep going. Just don't worry about age. There's a funny story that happened in our lab. Actually, a few months ago, we do infections with mice. We looked at influenza virus and streptococcus pneumoniae. And at the end of our experiments, we have to euthanize our mice. And since we work in a BL2 facility, we have to actually take our mice to a refrigerator in our lab and then put them in a biohazard bag. One of our lab mates is really scared of mice. She doesn't work with mice. So one day I was just carrying a bag full of mice, and she was in the lab, and I was just like, look what I have. And then she screamed and jumped on top of the table. And it was the most hilarious moment in the world. And then she was all like, I am going to get back to you on that. You will suffer. And it was hilarious because now every time I have a bag of my dead mice, I just like show them to her and she runs away. So now I know how to scare her.